It's the method man for short, Mr. Meth. Move it on your left. And blow that nigga out the frame. And like fame, my style will live forever. Niggas crossing over, but they don't know no better.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's your homie, FuturisticMike, and I'm back with another Wu-Tang and American Saga video. Now, this is going to be the review and recap for Wu-Tang Season 2, Episode 3. If you're a fan of Wu-Tang, hit the like on this video. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're finding me, subscribe and turn on those post notifications so when I post videos on Wu-Tang and American Saga, you get them. Now, this was another solid episode. You know, the story just keeps on progressing. It just keeps on getting better and better. And I seriously cannot wait until, the entire group is together. They're performing on stage. They got albums out and everything. I can't wait till they're finally up on top. We know it's going to happen since this is true and stuff. But I just can't wait until that moment. It's going to be just unbelievable. I seriously can't believe this series is as good as it is, man. This series is iconic. It's one of the best TV shows out, in my opinion. Now, this episode right here is called Hollow Bones, and the description for this episode reads, the clan becomes disillusioned with their paths as Bobby prepares to steer them in a new direction. So in this episode, Bobby gets back to New York. He was in Ohio for a while. His family lives there, but he gets back to New York. He gets an apartment and everything. But when the episode first starts, we see Bobby walking down the street. He's looking around and he sees, this kung fu thing painted on the wall. And it says Killer Hill and Stapleton and stuff. And some dudes walk up to him. And this one guy is like, yo, what's in the bag? And he said, some records and stuff. And dude saying that he could use it for a party or whatever. And Bobby says, that sounds beautiful. And dude's like, I'm glad you see it that way. But then a girl walks by and, one of the dudes starts hollering at the girl. And then they end up walking away. But they were probably going to try to jack Bobby, man. It wouldn't surprise me. That's just how, these type of dudes are. They don't want to work for shit. They want everything handed to them. They was really about to jack Bobby for his shit. Even though it wasn't no money, it was some records and stuff. They wasn't about to use it for no party. He wanted to sell it probably. That's just how dudes are. Grimy. But next we see Devon at work. He has this new construction job. He's looking at the rules and stuff on the wall. And we just see, he's in full gear, ready to work and everything. He got his hammer. He's just straight up working. We see this dude walking by with some stuff. And Devon tells him to be careful. He's acting like he doesn't really want to be there, like he's going to break something. Then next we see Devon eating lunch with this dude Mathematics, and the boss comes over there. He tells them they can finish their lunch. He says they're not animals and stuff. He's just a real nice dude. And when he walks away, Devon says that he's a good guy. And Mathematics says, yeah, man, 97% of the bosses that I worked for were straight assholes, but not him. Then we see Devon gets home and his girl, has dinner ready. She's like, you want me to make you a plate? And she's putting some stuff on the plate. Looks like some good ass food. And Devon looks outside and he sees some people drug dealing. He's probably thinking to himself like, damn, that used to be me. Times are hard. I know he probably still feels like selling drugs, but he wants to get away from that life. Then he goes in the living room and Bobby's there. He's sleeping on the couch. So he made it to Devon and his girl's place. He has nowhere else to go right now. And Devon grabs Bobby's stuff, starts listening to some beats and stuff. And Bobby wakes up and he's like, what do you think? They start talking and Bobby says that he wants to get him involved. He wants him to be a part of the business. And Devon says the only thing, he's worried about right now is putting food on his table, taking care of his family and stuff, and getting his parole officer off his back. So those are his main concerns right now, and I feel him. Then next we see Devon going to work, and Greg, looks like something's wrong, and Devon's like, yo, what's going on? And he says, some things are gonna happen because I'm uninsured, and that dude that got hurt is filing a claim, and it could hurt me. And Divine, he's sitting at the table talking to Mathematics. And, Mathematics says that this is not the first time his family has done something like this. I guess he said, his cousins and everybody else do this. They go to a job, get hurt, and collect the money afterwards. It's like the family business. Now, next we see Divine at home studying and reading up on some stuff. And his girl wants him to go with her and get in the shower. And he says no because he's busy. But then she comes back out, she's unbuttoning her shirt and stuff, trying to tease him a little bit. And then she walks away back into the bathroom. I think Nia is a cool ass girl on this show. I'm really loving her character. I love her on Tyler Perry's Sisters, and I like her on this show. She's doing the damn thing. I mean, I like everybody on this show, though. The whole cast is just amazing, for real. The entire cast. Now, next we see Divine going to dude's house. And he answers the door, man. He's like, what's up? Divine's not happy. He's mad. He's like, look, you're gonna drop that claim against Greg or else. And dude's like, man, you should respect the hustle. Out of all people, I know you should respect it. And, Divine's like, no, you're gonna screw over Greg. That's not right. And dude's like, man, you think you didn't do nothing to hurt people before? Selling drugs and stuff. And Divine grabs him up and slams him against the wall. And he says, you are going to drop that claim. And dude says that he will. But he lied like a mother. Because he did not at all. Divine goes to work. And Greg's like, yo, it's over with. He said dude went through with what he was going to do. And there's nothing we can do. I'm uninsured. And it is what it is. And Greg says that Divine is a good kid. And he wishes him the best on his second act. But Greg is a good dude, man, for real. At least he was hiring felons and stuff like that, trying to give people a second chance. But dude just straight up messed it up for everybody. Now Divine comes home and Bobby has his coat on and stuff and he's getting ready to leave. He said he found him a place and he said he'll come back for his stuff later or whatever. And he talks more about wanting to get Divine involved. And then when Bobby leaves, he sees this book on the table and he grabs it. It says the ins and outs of the music business. And Divine grabs it and he starts reading. Now next we see Shaw with his mom and she's cleaning up his gunshot wound. And she's worried about him. She's saying, look, you don't need to be in the streets and stuff. And he's like, Mom, I'm just going to the studio. He said, I'm out that life. That's not me. He was just around the wrong people. But him coming home with a gunshot wound does not look good. But, she tries to give him some money and he refuses it. But then she's like, no, you need to take it. And she hugs him. Then we see Shaw and he runs into Gary. And then we see Shaw go to the studio and, he's sitting there and he's doing what he does. He's with one of the producers and stuff. And the producer is trying to tell him like what beat to use and stuff. He was saying that, he wasn't feeling a certain beat. But then the producer told him to just go with it. He said, somebody he knows does that all the time. Ain't feeling the beat, but once they start rapping on it, they change their mind later. So Shaw decides to do it. He spits his bars on the beat. Then we see Bobby come to the studio and, they missed each other, man. They ain't seen each other in a while. And Bobby said, I went to your mom's place, but she said you were here. So Bobby hears what Shaw was spitting and stuff. He hears the beat. And Shaw says, what do you think? And Bobby says, I like the bars and everything, but I don't know about this beat. And, Shaw, he starts laughing like, yeah, you right. But, the producer, though. And Bobby has something for him. He gives him a tape with his name on it. And Shaw's like, I go by Raekwon now. So Bobby starts laughing. He's like, oh, Raekwon, huh? And he crosses off Shaw and puts Ray on it. Now next we see Power, and he's just walking around and people are trying to sell him stuff. And he's talking, like narrating, and we hear him talking about how people just play themselves. How dudes might cop bags for $10 a piece. And if they sell it for like, say $55 or whatever, they make a quick $45 and they think they're the shit. But how many of those bags do they got to sell to make $1,000? And he said, they're really just playing themselves in the end. And then we see his cars getting towed. He runs up to dude, but there's nothing he can do because dude is already going to take the car no matter what. But Power gives him some money, to take it to a specific location. So it's not too much to get out and it's not too far. But then he catches the bus and there's somebody he knows driving the bus. Your boy Mook. Basically, Power's looking at him crazy because this dude is living a different life now. He used to be in the streets back in the day, and then Power said that he was sitting on some money. He said, you gotta be sitting on what, 3 mil now? And you see dude's watch, man, it's glistening for real. So he definitely has some money, but he said, he needed a second chance. That's why he's driving this bus. He was just telling Power that, him living that life that he's living in the streets is only gonna end 2 ways, dead or in jail. And he said, him driving that bus means that he already beat the system. He beat the odds. He might be driving that bus, but he has benefits and everything else. He was just telling Power what's up, speaking some real shit to him. And I really think Power heard what he was saying. Then we see the bus stop and the bus driver is picking up some people and Bobby gets on. He runs into Power and Power says, I heard you dodged a bid. And Bobby says, yup. And Power says, stick to the music. It's better odds. So, Power's being cool to Bobby now and everything. All that beef is done with. Remember when Power and Sha had beef with Devon and Dennis and all them in season 1? I think Power is starting to realize that street shit is for the birds. Now next we see Dennis and he's taking care of his baby, holding his kid, and he's talking to Cherie. And Cherie brings up the fact that he should be in New York with Bobby. And Dennis says, nah, you know how many rappers there is? There's not a chance that I'll make it. And Cherie says, but are they as good as you? And she says, look, Bobby tried the first time and failed, but he's trying again. You need to be out there with him. And Dennis says, but what about you and the baby? I gotta take care of y'all. And she said, we gonna be all right. I gotta stay here, and learn some things from my mom and stuff, but you need to go. So we see Dennis go home, man. He goes back to his mom's house and his brothers are there. And this dude right here, man, cracks me up. One of the brothers never speaks. And the other one always has something funny to say. Like, this dude is like, oh, shit. As soon as Dennis walks in, I was weak. But, they're just catching up. And Dennis is telling them his plans and stuff, how he came back to rap. And his brother's like, spit something then. Dennis doesn't want to, but he's like, yo, you came back to rap. I need to hear what you got. So Dennis spits some stuff and he's like, damn, that's hard. And he's like, what else you got? And, Dennis says, I'm working on some stuff. And he goes over to get Dennis's rhyme book. He said, we kept your rhyme book safe for you. Then we see Dennis's mom walk in and she's happy to see him. But she said, are you going to be staying here? Because I have check-ins all the time. And if you are staying here, make sure you stay out when they come because they can't see you. I forgot exactly who she said be coming by and stuff. But he said not to worry about it. He said he's going to be gone in a few days. So no need to worry. Then we see Dennis taking his brothers out to get some fresh air. And Power's car rolls by on a tow truck. And Dennis's brother's like, oh shit, that's Power's car. And Dennis is like, how you know? And he says, I told you I got my ears to the street. Like, this dude is hilarious. He cracks me up every time. Now we see Bobby moving into his place. And Hassan is waiting outside. There's a whole bunch of stuff outside, a fan and everything else. They go inside and check out the place. They're just looking around and Hassan is being crazy, saying he needs to bless the place, trying to wave smoke around and stuff. Then we see Gary come in and, they're trying to set some stuff up and move wires from outside into the house, with an extension cord and stuff. They're just trying to set everything up, a mic and everything else so they can make music. And then we see Bobby go up to this painting that says Killer Hill Stapleton and he starts painting on it. And that's the end of the episode. Man, this was a good episode. It was solid as hell. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. They wasn't lying when they said they're going to keep getting better and season 2 is going to be better than 1 because so far this season is better than the first one. But man, I loved this episode, and I truly can't wait for the next one. But what are your thoughts, man? Comment your thoughts down below. What did you think of episode 3? And what do you think's gonna happen next? What are your theories, thoughts, predictions, and everything else? If you're fans of Wu-Tang and you know their history and stuff, what do you think's coming next? Keep supporting your boy, and I'll be continuing to bring y'all Wu-Tang and American Saga content in the future. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you can never miss a video. If you guys want to donate to the channel, I got links below to the PayPal and Cash App accounts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me get out of here, y'all. It's your boy FuturisticMike, and I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.